Top of the morning to everybody. Cheers. We had a department-wide meeting this morning, which is always an hour, the first thing in the morning. And every single time we have a meeting, every single group feels the need to ask a question or voice their opinion, just to extend the meeting. And every guy, the only good thing about the meeting is always an hour long, and I'm able to get coffee before. This is actually my second coffee. Probably shouldn't have this much coffee this early in the morning. Like, it's 8 o'clock right now. But I'm not going to finish this. I'm just going to throw it in my locker, do a case, and then probably finish it after. So for breakfast, some yogurt, blueberries, and granola. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. What's on the agenda? First, we're doing a ureteral stent exchange, which is always pretty gross because the people that need stents and generally are pretty unhealthy. Then we're taking out a kidney, and then we're doing a perc neph, which is basically just going in to somebody's kidney and removing a stone. Usually the access to the stone is pretty difficult for most surgeons, so you won't end up getting the best access, and I'm just gonna make that as a prediction right now. So the one case that's pretty cool is removing the kidney. I remember the first time, they drop it in the bucket and they'll send it off to pathology. And the kidney's surprisingly pretty heavy. Later today, I think I'm gonna do back. The only thing that's giving me problems right now is I ripped off a callus right here on my hand. And it doesn't feel the best, but that'll be fine. Throw some chalk on it and maybe pull a little bit more with the fingers rather than, wrapping all the way around the bar like I like to do. That's going to be the start of the day. Cheers.
So far we've done regular warm-up, push-ups, pull-ups, planks, and then some band work. Now we're getting on to some pull-downs. Ooh. 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 Alright, let's get to pulling. First set above body weight. Only did 3 sets of pull-ups so far, 1 set here, so not too much. But first relatively heavy set. The only thing I wish we had at this gym was a weight belt so I could do weighted pull-ups. Probably my favorite exercise for back. But ooh. 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 So it's going to be the main pull down movement for the day. Go pretty heavy here, and then we'll go on to some rows. All right, second heavy set. I'm thinking we're probably going to do 5 today. Woo. 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 God, that doesn't feel good on the callus, to be honest. That's just me being a bitch. I'm gonna hit 1 set and I'll be over. Let's go.
No matter what, 8 reps.
Word.
If I fail on 4, I want 8.
Alright, I'm down. What up, brother? 4 1/4 here. I don't know how many we're gonna get. I'm hoping for like 4 to 6. Getting it down is gonna be difficult. All right, 1 more with that. Not even close. All right, first drop set. Thinking 4, 6, 8, 12. Finish with 1 plate. Actually, I'll probably finish with 2 plates, to be honest. What's up, Jake? Let me wiggle my way down real quick. 6. Eight. Oh. All right, last set of 10. Maybe more. I just don't really want to do the last set with one plate. All right. When I'm doing my strength-based work, I'm gonna pull with my entire back. But when I want like more isolation and whatnot, then I'm just gonna pull with the top of my back. I guess that's kind of probably a bad way to explain it, to be honest. But I don't know, when I'm going heavy, I want to finish with my back, my hips and back at like more of an obtuse angle rather than being like straight up. So I'll show you. I'll do a few heavy sets. And to be honest, we're gonna do heavy sets anyway, so it's perfect. First one will be a little bit lighter than the next 3. Probably do four heavy sets in total. All right, first set, not too bad. Not the heaviest either. The second heavy set, and we're probably gonna do 4 or 5. All right, so a little bit different when I'm going heavy in comparison to when I'm going light. When I'm going heavy, I'll finish back a little bit, and when I'm going light, I'll finish more straight up and then just control the contraction a little bit more. Second heavy set, do a few more, and we'll get into some hypertrophy work. You want one? Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. All right, 2 more heavy sets and we'll be done. 2 more heavy sets, took a little bit of a break given a spot, so I don't know how many we're gonna get. Could go a little bit faster and go to 10. Could go a little bit slower and go to 4. More tempted to go for 12. Two more. All right, pretty trash last 2 reps, but it's okay. few things I want to explain when I'm doing these. Like, obviously the further I lean back and the closer I pull it to my hips, the easier it is because there's less motion. The more I sit straight up and pull like to my chest line, almost like right below my nipples, further distance I have to go, a little bit of a different squeeze on the back. So if you're going heavy, I'd say try to pull it to your belly button. And if you're going light, maybe pull it a little bit higher if you want to work on your upper back. Or just get a better contraction in your upper back, I should say. When you're doing rows, you're working your entire back regardless. That's going to be the last set of rows. I'm going to do some pullovers. All right, so we've been given some spots, helping somebody out with their bench, and now we're just getting the pump. So we finished obviously the strength-based portion of the workout. Now we're just getting the pump going. Probably move on to biceps pretty soon. 2 or 3 sets here. Got to do the low row and 5 plates next to me.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I just want to note something. This is probably going to be my last set, but it's easy to do traps from virtually any position. This could literally go all the way up. The main thing is just keep your arms straight. I don't have the best shoes because I'm slipping a little bit. Keep your arms straight and then just retract your scapula, because whenever you retract your scapula, you're pulling from your traps. I guess maybe probably from your rear delts as well, maybe your upper back, but it's pretty easy to get a pump in your traps if you just have your arms straight and then focus on pulling. All right, so finish back. All we're gonna do now, get a little bit of a bicep pump, then we're out of here. 5 to 10 minutes of supersets. And the only thing I didn't show in the superset was some rope curls just with cables. Something that I like doing when I'm doing straight bar curls is kind of tucking my elbows into my lats. And just focusing on the contraction the entire time. So obviously no stretch. Third and final. Realistically, should probably get 40s to do these. But 50s will be fine. Can't even move my arms.
So, okay, finished the workout. Didn't do the sauna actually. Finished the workout. It was pretty packed. I got out of there around like 5:30 or so, and now we're about to cook a ribeye. There's a few things I wanted to say, and I don't really know which order I want to say them or if I even want to say all of them. So I'm going to stick with two. I'm going to pick two things that I want to say. First, I'm going to start with why I don't want to bulk up to 200 pounds, 215, 220 pounds. I enjoy eating. It wouldn't be all that hard for me. But I just want to explain to you guys my thought process about putting on a little bit of weight for myself. And the first place that I notice that I generally tend to add fat is my lower abs. And since I'm not playing sports, since I'm not a bodybuilder, not a power lifter, and I genuinely just enjoy trying to change my physique on my own, the reason I would be The reason I'm tempted to add weight to my physique is obviously just to bulk up and get a little bit stronger. Ideally hit a 405-pound bench press, but realistically, is there any point to hitting the 405, you know? Not a ton. The only true goal I have for myself is beating my dad in my bench press. So eventually I got to get to 420 pounds. But I'm only 24 right now, so that means I have at least another 4 to 6 years of natural lifting before I need to end up getting there. And that's quite a long time. So I'm not particularly in a rush to hit 405, although I think it'd be super cool to hit. So that's the first thing is I want to be able to maintain some form of aesthetic. Like I do this for myself. I don't work out for other people or to hit particular goals anymore. Like back when I was working out in high school or in middle school, I was specifically training for strength just because strength obviously helps in sports a lot. So that's what I was training for. And then college as well. And then after that, I kind of just started training for myself and much more just what I wanted to do. And that's kind of what I've been doing since. And I just started sharing it. So maybe that explains, I don't know, a little bit of why I train the way I do. One other thing I wanted to add on here, because my brother's watching. I know he's watching. Max, not Carter. Carter doesn't watch the videos. I told my oldest brother that I was making YouTube videos, and he was the first one I told. I was like, yo, I'm making YouTube videos. He didn't give a single shit. It was hilarious. Didn't even ask me what it was about. Like nothing. It was just like, oh, nice, sick. No questions asked. Max, on the other hand, he watches the videos. I remember it was either like late high school or like early when we were in college, and I could finally bench press more than him. And I knew it was coming up because I was specifically working on my bench to try to be able to bench more than him. And I finally got it, and I was pretty happy about it. And I literally knew in the back of my head what he was going to say as soon as I got it. And it was just so funny because it was literally word for word what I had been thinking. And his exact words were, I don't give a shit. I will still beat the out of you. And that kind of stuck with me, you know? Yeah, like it'd be cool to hit a 405 bench, but if somebody's benching 225 and can whoop your ass, does it really matter? If you're squatting 600 pounds and somebody that squats 405 pounds is up, does it really matter? Kind of how I think about it, honestly. I don't want to bulk up and look like a thumb just lifting a bunch of weights. I don't want to look like a roided out bodybuilder. I like trying to change my body on my own, and I like doing it naturally. Obviously not the fastest way to go about it, but if you enjoy it, you're off to the races. I've said it before, but like a lot of people know what they need to do in the gym. A lot of people know they need to go to the gym in general, but don't go. A lot of people know they need to lose weight, but don't like cut back on their calories. A lot of people know they need to hydrate better, but don't drink a lot of water. I think changing your body is fairly simple. I guess that'll be the last thing that I mention. Creatine and protein. Probably those are two supplements that I've taken for a long time. I think it's really important to get a sufficient amount of protein in. And then creatine, one of the most well-studied supplements, I think, ever. And beneficial, you just got to make sure you're drinking a lot of water and your muscles are staying hydrated. Your muscles are 75% water anyways, or like roughly around there. But yeah, I'm going to make this steak, edit this video, and try to have it up before I go to bed. Last night I posted the video. I was laying in bed editing the video, and I probably shouldn't do that anymore, honestly, because I was editing, fell asleep for a little bit, woke back up at 10:30, and then just posted the video. So if you saw the last video, that's why at the very end it says Adobe Rush can suck. That's because I couldn't, finish the rest of my sentence. But that's what I originally started editing on before I started using CapCut. So I guess that's my little rant. Those are my thoughts. Time to make some gains. Am I going to go with just the ribeye? Probably not. We're going to do, I don't know, ribeye and then a protein shake a little bit after, maybe an hour after that. Or I'll do the ribeye and then some Oikos a little bit after that. Realistically, I want some cheese sticks. Should probably throw some carbs in there as well. And I need to go to Sam's. I don't have any rice. So, yeah, I don't know. That's my night. That's my day. Peace, guys.